Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Natalie. I am here to help you make more money online. So this video today is specifically about niching down when it comes to Amazon KDP. So why should we niche down? What does it even mean to niche down? How do we niche down? How do we validate an idea once we have niche down? And I also want to explain to you the power of niching down. So I've said niche a lot now. I know in America it's niche, isn't it? Niche, niche, I don't know. Over here, everyone says niche. So the power of niching down, it will magnetize people towards your content because they will think that this book is made for them. Now, it's very easy to think, but this book I'm making, it could be for so many different kinds of people, or it could be used in so many different situations. Why should I niche down? And the thing is, many years ago when Amazon was fairly new, Amazon KDP, independent publishing was fairly new, niching down was not so much of a big deal because there was so much less competition. But today, with the thousands and thousands, probably millions of books that are online, if we don't niche down, then we are going to really struggle to be found, unfortunately. So we're in 2022 now. There are abundance of videos online saying that Amazon KDP is oversaturated, it's too difficult, what's the point? I've made 300 books, none of them are selling. So if we want to not be in that category of people that think that way and are feeling that way, then niching down is probably the answer. If you don't want to niche down, then there might be other options to you, like having a big budget for advertising, already having an established audience that are ready to buy this book from you. But really, for the most of us, if we are going into this without those two things, then niching down is going to be a way that we can find our way into different markets, and we can find a way for Amazon to find us and put our book in front of the right people. So niching down is very important. And I know that there are so many situations when a book can be created that could be used in loads of different situations by loads of different types of people. But if you take a step backwards and think about a target audience and a target market for your individual books, it will help you to write better descriptions, way better titles, and it will also just make the whole process easier from your side, from Amazon's side, and also definitely from a customer's side who is looking for a specific book. But first of all, what does niche mean? Or niche, sorry. So the definition of a niche, let's have a look at that first. So the noun, a specialised segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. He believes he has found a niche in the market. So that applies to us for Amazon KDP, finding a specialised segment of a market. As an adjective, denoting products, services, or interests that appeal to a small, specialised section of the population. Example, other companies in this space had to adapt to being niche players. There is a saying, if you are trying to sell to everyone, you are actually selling to no one. We really do need to know who our product is for. And some people go as far to really tell you that you should build out almost an avatar in your mind or write it down. Who is this person for? How old are they? What do they do? What are their interests? What do they need from you? Are you solving a problem for them, or are you providing some level of entertainment for them? And this is true in any kind of production of anything, whether you're making a YouTube video or you're creating an Instagram account or you're making a book for KDP. Who are you trying to speak to and why? And once that's clear for you, it will help the whole process to move along in a much more directional way. Okay, let's jump into Amazon and I will show you exactly what I mean about the niching, the broad niches, the subcategories, and then the niching down with some examples. So if we looked for an example of, say, cat notebook. So somebody wants to buy a notebook, they just want the plain notebook, and they're a cat lover. And if they just type in cat notebook into Amazon, they are going to find over 7,000 results for that very broad and open-ended key term, cat notebook. So from our point of view, there is a huge amount of competition, and from a buyer's point of view, there is a ridiculous amount of choice. So they are either just going to buy something from the first page, or they might do some scrolling, or they might add some more keywords into their search so that they're getting something a bit more specific. Those are basically the options they're going to they're going to choose, or they might look in a department. They might try to narrow their search results down by department. But I believe, and I think many people would probably agree, that people generally are just going to scroll through the first 1 or 2 pages and make a choice from there. And if they're not finding what they want after a couple of pages, rather than scrolling more, that's when they're going to add more words into their search term to try to find something in particular if they've got something in mind. So from our point of view, 7,000 results, going for a keyword, trying to rank for a keyword like cat notebook is probably not going to be a great idea as a newbie, unless you've got loads of money for maybe advertising, or you've got an audience of cat lovers ready and willing to take your advice and pick your book from maybe an email list or some other way that you've grown an audience of cat lovers. Unlikely to be the case for you, perhaps. So what could we do to make cat notebook a niched down key term? So let's have a quick look at the results. So first of all, we've got a couple of spiral bound books straight away. The spiral bound books are not really our competition. Those are books that are maybe fulfilled by Amazon but are not created by Amazon. We're looking at the KDP independently published books. So this one here, Cat's Journal Diary Notebook, this guy here, super simple cover, really, really simple title. I mean, it couldn't be more to the point, could it? It isn't doing incredibly well, because if we look at the BSR, I'm quite surprised, to be honest, that has come up as the #1 search. I'm not even sure why. Yeah, I'm not sure. That must just be ads. That must just be that they're paying to be there, because that isn't a very brilliant BSR. 2,171,000 is not great, is it? So yeah, and it's only got 4 reviews. So that shows you the power of advertising, I guess. So if we go over to here to this one, which is quite cute, this cat notebook, they've added a lot more words to their title, which is great. They've got 29 reviews and their rank is 210,000, which is a whole world apart from 2 million. So they're doing a lot better. And if we click on a book like this, we can find out that this was actually published in January 2021. So, not terribly long ago. At the moment, as the time of recording this, it's March 2022. Quite often when I click on these more generic books from page 1 with very open, broad terms, keyword terms, they were published in 2017, 2018, 2019, and I kind of think they've had a long time to make lots of sales. They were in there before it was more competitive. Perhaps they've had lots of reviews because they've had lots of time to make lots of sales. But this one, not so much. So that one is doing very well. I wonder if that one was perhaps running ads at some point as well. So this one over here, I really like that design. I think that's quite cute. So that's a hardcover. And it's $7.99. It's got 743 reviews. So that is pretty fantastic. And let's just have a quick click on that one as well. And as we can see, the publication date is January 2018. And that one had a BSR of 10,000, which is fantastic. A really, really low BSR, which means it's high in the rankings. It's doing really great. So anyway, if we wanted to make a notebook with cats on it, how could we possibly niche that down? Let's put our cursor back into the search bar and let Amazon show us some extended results. If you want to have this option, if you watch my video from last week, you will find that I have explained how to get these free Google Chrome extensions that really help with KDP research. So this is now showing us which keywords people do type when they're typing cat notebook. But as you can see, these are all still quite generic, cat notebook for women, cat notebook for kids. Doing keyword research and niche research is a slow and laborious task sometimes, but let's just click on cat notebook for work. So this has brought our results down to 2,000, which is far better than it was. And if we have a little scroll here, let's see what's there and what we're up against. So the first 2 have got nothing to do with cats. The third one, I work hard so my cat can have a better life. That's cute. The BSR, it's loading the rank at the moment. Let's just have a look. My computer is being slow because I'm recording. Okay, 878,000. So it's definitely making some sales. This one next to it, however, it's got a great ranking, 4,114, which is just fantastic. And that is a hardcover journal for women. Again, using this keyword, cat notebook for work. Doesn't actually mention work in the title there. So perhaps this would be a niche that you could get into, because when you take a scroll through here, you are seeing some more sort of professional looking notebooks, because perhaps for work you'd want something a little bit more organized and a bit more sturdy. But lots of these are not really speaking to me that it says it's for work. So maybe that would be an area where that would be niching down. You've gone from cat notebook to cat notebook for work. Because let's be honest, lots of these books are ranking for the fact that you've said it's for work rather than it's cats. I mean, this one's got a dog on it. The keyword niche score for cat notebook for work is 39. So it was better than it was just with cat notebook, but it's not fantastic. It's certainly not 60 plus. I don't know if you would actually get a 60 plus with something to do with cats and notebooks, just because there are so many thousands of them out there and already on Amazon. Perhaps I'm wrong. I have certainly not researched every keyword to do with cat notebooks. And maybe there are some niches out there that would allow you to break into this. But at the moment, over 2,000 results, that's still a lot. I like to personally make books where the search results are in between 300 and 1,000. That's my personal number that I work with. That is something that you will figure out for yourself, and you will work out exactly what kind of search terms and range that you want to use yourself. Let's find another example of where niching down is going to be the way forward. Now, lots of people that come to KDP will be looking to make things like very low content, if not no content books, just things like notebooks, line journals, maybe some planners to start with, because this seems to be the easiest way to kind of break in. And then you start to realize, okay, I need to maybe make something that's a little bit more content than that, just so that I can have a chance of standing out, being unique, being different. That's certainly where I'm at now. I'm not thinking about quality, I'm thinking about quantity. It's the other way around. I'm not thinking about quantity, I'm thinking about quality, because just churning out tons and tons of notebooks that are empty has been done. It's been done to death, and perhaps there's not really the likelihood of you really breaking through and making a lot of money that way. So I am certainly going for a different angle and trying to find ways to make and create unique books that might take me much more time, but I'm much more proud of, and they are completely unique and there is nothing else out there like it. But of course, still using keyword research to make sure that there is some validation of a market there. So I know that somebody will find that and they will want to buy it. But what I was explaining about the very low content books, trying to find a niche that is low content and that has not been done or has not been done to death, is a tricky thing to do. So let me show you some examples of where that is just too much. It's just been done too much. So if we say put floral notebook. Okay, I have to be honest, I thought there would be tens of thousands of floral notebooks, because personally that is something that I would find very easy to create. A pretty notebook with some flowers on the front. I thought that that would have been done 75,000 times, but according to this, only 1,000, well, in between 1,000 and 2,000 results for floral notebook. So that is actually not too bad at all. Quite surprising. If we look at the top searches, we can see obviously some sponsored ones here, but not too many, and lots of spiral bound notebooks, which again are not our direct competition as independent KDP creators. Then we get down to some packs of books. Again, that's not the way that I sell on KDP. We keep scrolling. Absolutely loads of packs of notebook. They are very nice. I'm quite tempted to buy one. So the first one that really comes along, okay, so somebody's made a hardcover yellow flowers journal notebook. That's very beautiful as well. So that's got a ranking of 10,658, which is not too bad. Definitely making some good sales there. So, and you can see why. It's just very beautiful, isn't it? So Twilight Garden Journal, diary notebook, small format journal. Again, from the same seller, actually. Hardcover, it's got some good rankings. It's got amazing reviews, 1,700 reviews. But if we scroll down, we're really not seeing a lot of the kind of books that we create. There's lots of spiral bounds, there's lots of packs of books. Okay, this is interesting, and this is an example of niching down. Now, sometimes to niche down, we can combine two very popular niches, put them together, and we're kind of niching down that way. So somebody who is looking for a floral notebook that also wants to use it as a prayer journal. Now that's really good because you've got the floral notebook keyword and you've got the prayer journal keyword. They've put them together and created a more niched product. And as you can see, I mean, this has definitely made sales. It's making sales. It's not got the most amazing BSR in the world, but here it is on page 1. And this is the most simple book that is actually on page 1. All of the others seem to be leather, moleskin. They need to be packs. They seem to be packs of books, spiral bound, or ones with big ads. But this one stands out to me because this is the kind of books that we are making, and this has made it to page 1. And I believe that might be something to do with the fact that they've niched down by creating a kind of sub niche themselves. So that's another tip and another way that you can sometimes break onto first page or second page, because all of the others, literally all of the others, are hardbacks, spirals, and packs of books, aren't they? So that's very interesting that one made it onto first page with the keyword I'd written down. So let's show you another example of where we're going to take a really broad term and we're going to niche it down and see where we can get to in terms of search results and options open to us. Okay, so I've opened a really huge category here, colouring book for kids. This is obviously going to be a very big category with so many people in Amazon independent publishing making colouring books for kids. So, and of course, Amazon doesn't know at this stage what we are really looking for. So when you just type in a very broad term, which lots of people will do when they jump onto Amazon, it will start suggesting all sorts of different books to try to work out what you're looking for. Have you got a 3-year-old? Have you got a 12-year-old? You know, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Does it matter? All of these different things are going to come up and be displayed. So at first it's going to show us, you know, the ads, the books that are ranking high, the ones that have done well and made lots of sales and have got great reviews. And it's going to try to prompt us to find the right category. So people will start using the department perhaps, or likely if they're bombarded with a lot of results, they're going to add extra keywords into that search bar so that they can get specific with what they want. So 60,000 results, keyword niche score of 24. You know, it's not a good score. This is a hard keyword to rank for. So we would definitely need to niche down in something like this. So just looking on the first page, we've got My First, we've got cars and trucks, we've got toddler, we've got Easter. So it's showing us straight away the kinds of the kinds of books that are doing okay, doing well, making sales. Animal colouring book, mermaid, unicorn, a big jumbo colouring book. So these, it's in itself will give you ideas of what you could perhaps come up with and make you think more about what you are going to niche down into. So say we wanted to niche down into animal colouring book for kids. So currently at 60,000 results without the word animal. Let's see by niching down with an extra word what result we get. Okay, so we're now from 60,000 down to 10,000 results. I mean, that's still incredibly competitive, but you can see the concept of niching down. We've added another word on the search bar, animal. We've now got a 5-word key term, and we've gone from 60,000 down to 10,000. And this is what you do. You keep doing this. You keep creating sub-niches, subcategories by using keywords, using inspiration from Amazon, checking the competition, checking things are selling with the BSR. And that's how you can find out if there's a niche that you think you could come into. Can you make something bigger or better? Can you make something different? Does it inspire you with a new idea of something that you think that hasn't been done before? I'm going to give it a go. So I'm just waiting for the keyword niche score to pop up. This often does take a minute or so. So it's gone from 24 to 26. So it is an improvement, but this is still an incredibly competitive area to be in as you can imagine, with 10,000 results. So I've not done any research for this video. I'm just going to add another word now and see what would happen if we niche down even further. So how about if we say for kids, instead of kids, let's try Let's try the word toddlers. I don't know if that's massively used in America as much as it's used in the UK, but that's what we call our little ones that have just learned to walk, toddlers. So I don't know if that's going to work in America because it hasn't actually reduced the search number from 10,000. It's stayed at 10,000 from changing that word there. So how about kids aged 2 to 4 years? Animal colouring book for toddlers 2 to 4 years. Okay, we've dropped down 1,000 to 9,000 by really getting a bit more specific. So you can see the whole kind of process here. And this stuff does take time. I mean, if I continued on, this video would get very long and very tedious, but you can see every time I'm adding a word or I am trying to get more specific and really talk to someone, you know, I'm trying to talk to a parent who's got a 2 to 4 year old child now. It is helping me to get more clear on what kind of product to make, who the target audience is, so I can really write a fantastic description. And also I am going to have more chance of ranking by making sure that I am really going after a specific keyword. Another tip really is to go after one keyword per book. Don't try to make your book kind of fit around lots of different things. You want to be going after one keyword, and a keyword can be a phrase, and you really want to be going after one specific customer with in mind. You know, you want to know who you're talking to, and this is how you do it. Now, this particular example where I've ended up here, animal colouring book for kids 2 to 4 years, I think is still too competitive. It would be too competitive for me at 9,000 results and a keyword niche score of 32. That would still be too tough to break into for sure. Like I said, I am looking for a average search score of 300 to 1,000 because I really want to have a chance. So there's a lot to think about when it comes to niching down, but I think that this video has helped hopefully to break down the kind of process of why it is so important to niche down. And also, once you've really done it well and you have created the book that really speaks to that person, when they see it, they will want it. Because as long as it's, you know, got a beautiful cover and it's the right price, and you've done a good job with your manuscript, whether that be blank pages or colouring pages or dot to dots, whatever it is that you're making, of course, with all of those factors in play as well, when you are creating something that speaks to a very specific person and they find it, then it's going to resonate with them and they're going to think that's exactly what I'm looking for. So that's it for this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I'm realizing that my videos are quite long, so I need to cut them down a little bit, but I will see you guys next week. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye.